Hello my fellow freedom builders and welcome back to the channel here in 2021, our new year, and I just want to say thank you to all of the followers that came into the channel here in 2020. As you know, I started up in November 2019, and at that point I had some idea that maybe a bit of a nerdy channel like this might be able to get up to around maybe 4,000 or 5,000 subscribers. But in the first real year, we actually hit almost 7,000 subscribers, which is absolutely mind-blowing. I know there are channels out there, financial channels in the hundreds of thousands and millions, and that is all good and fine. But this is a bit more nerdy, down to stocks and timing and automated trading strategies and so on. So I am extremely pleased with 7,000. Let's see if we might be able to double it here in 2021. Now, today is not Monday, and of course you might think, why is Mining Monday coming out on a Wednesday? Well, it is a part of the problem here, and as you can see, I have been writing here, the end. And that is not the end to the channel, and it is actually also not the end of Mining Monday. However, it is the end of every single Monday of a Mining Monday video. And there are different reasons for that. First of all, it is a time issue, because having a Mining Monday video ready for you every single Monday is a bit of a stretch. It has to be prepared in a weekend, and right now, as you might know, we are setting up our professional investment fund and all that stuff, and it takes a lot of time. So therefore, I am scaling a bit down also on the number of videos, as I mentioned in my last video. So we will be reaching to maybe 3 videos per week, but not more. So Mining Monday is gonna be something about once per month maybe, but I hope you can live with that. Another reason for it is that we are also setting up you could call a sister fund with mining in our focus. And many of the stocks that I would be mentioning here in the videos are also stocks that we have been taking positions in or will be taking positions in our own investment fund. And since we are not really into the game of pump and dump, and these are very small illiquid stocks, many of them, we are not really interested in being accused of taking a position in, for instance, a little silver developer, and then promoting it in a video, pumping the stock price up. So I would rather just do one video per month and then tell you what we have gone into maybe a month ago, 3 weeks ago, and so on. Then the effect will not be the same. So I hope you can understand that, and that is how it is going to be moving forward. However, now I have you on this Mining Monday on a Wednesday. I will, of course, give you a bit of insights into the market. And first of all, I will just give me a second and I'll find you a website I forgot here. Yes, here it is, the CNN website. And the thing I'm gonna show you is that you might already know that, especially if you are from United States. But right now there is a Senate election going on in Georgia, or it was going on yesterday, but right now they're counting the votes, and as of right now they're not completely finished, but you can see up here there are 2 Senate seats up for grabs here, and the Democrats and the Republicans are fighting fiercely for these 2 Senate seats. The reason for that is that if the Democrats can take 2 of these seats, or can take both of these seats, then there is a 50-50 split between Democrats and Republicans in the Senate. And when that happens, it will be Kamala Harris, since she's the leader of the Senate, it will be her as a Democrat that has the final vote. And that means basically that the Democrats have the majority in the Senate. So if that happens, and I know this is a long explanation and you're thinking, what does that have to do with gold and silver and mines? Well, it actually has quite a lot to do with that. Because if the Democrats are winning the Senate, then they have the Senate, they have the House in the Congress, and of course the presidency. And with that, it gives Biden and the Democrats quite a lot of room to make some changes. First of all, it will probably result fairly quickly in the stimulus check being raised from $600 to $2,000. That is my prediction anyway. And therefore, there will be pumped a lot of extra money out into the market, and that is quite necessary because the US economy and the European economy, for that sake, is in some sort of bad state. So the $2,000 will hit a place that is a lot needed in the US population. However, when we are looking at gold and mines, it has an effect. And it has an effect because when $2,000 per needy American is being printed, it is pushing the dollar down. And as you might remember, we have the DXY here, which is a dollar index. And you can see the effect here, especially yesterday here when some of the exit polls showed us that it might be the Democrats winning, and the dollar has actually been further down today, down almost in the 89, the DXY index here. Now it has regained a bit, but right now it seems, as you can see here, Ossoff versus Purdue, a 0.4% split, and only a couple of percentage needs to be counted. So it is the closest of them. There is one on Loeffler here, and there is 1.2% in difference, and they are not gonna get that one, the Republicans. So this one, Ossoff and Purdue, is the closest one. But it seems like the Democrats are taking both of them right now, and that is here and now pushing the dollar down. Now, knowing what we know about dollar and gold, we know that when we're looking at the gold and the dollar is opposite correlated. They are negatively correlating. And we could see that here, that the gold was shooting upwards. And I have been talking about this channel for quite a while in my Mining Monday videos. And you can see that it was just about being broken here. But then the vaccine came out and the gold was shot down. And I said that if we found some ground here and started to moving up with higher bottoms and higher tops here, it might be that cycle that would break the channel. And it seems like the channel is broken right now, and I'm very bullish on the gold right now. However, there can easily be a bit of a retracement here before we start moving upwards again. But I predict, I don't like the prediction game here, but I think that 2021 will be a very good year for gold, silver. Yeah, well, copper is just moving along quite nicely. We can see here the silver is actually, that has broken out better than the gold a bit before. As you might remember, I showed you a couple of weeks ago. So silver and gold is breaking out, and copper is just running nicely upwards here. You can see here the copper futures was in a bit of a trading range here, a rotation from the big traders, and now it is shooting up again. So you could be looking at some copper companies, you could be looking at some of the gold and silver mines. We have in our own positions positioned us quite well in both some small developers, explorers, and in some of the minor stocks, both in gold, silver, and in copper. So we can also see that in the GDX here, the big gold miners, the ETF here, it is just breaking up here. It is maybe a bit delayed, and we can see it in the GDXJ here, which is also moving out of the channel. So it is all well and good. So if the election ends as I think it will, with both the seats in Georgia for the Senate going to the Democrats, then we must say that the Democrats has ended up with quite a good election, with Joe Biden getting 306 electoral votes, and the Congress, the House going to the Democrats, and now maybe the Senate as well. That means that for the next couple of years, they will have the majority. Of course, they will be cautious not to destroy the good bipartisan set of work codes, because they know that they will be severely punished for that in a couple of years in the next midterm election. So they will, of course, try to be a bit cautious, but they have a lot they want to get done after this Republican-led presidency. No doubt about that. Okay, the last thing I will mention today is that we just had the ADP employment numbers coming out. And let me just find them for you. Yes, here they are on investing.com. And here we can actually see the effect of the lack of stimulus that we have been I have been talking about in many of my videos. We saw this big unemployment shift down, of course, with the virus in the spring last in 2020. And then we saw in the upcoming month that there was an after effect here where people, this is the ADP non-farm employment changes where they count the number of payrolls. It is not the exact number that will come out in a couple of days, but it's a good indicator. So these 20 million lost jobs here, they had hoped that these positive bars here would slowly build up towards gaining back all of these 20 millions. But what we can see now is that it has gone up. Then every time this number is red, it actually shows that it's a lot worse than expected. So here the forecast was 1.5 million and it was only 212,000. And we can see that the numbers have been a bit, there was a bit positive here, but negative. And today, the last month, this was 304,000 payrolls, new payrolls here. And they had expected only 88,000 this month, but it was minus 123,000. So that is what I've been talking about in my videos, that the lack of stimulus has been resulting in a shutdown of really a lot of businesses. And of course now with the virus rolling over again and a lot of states doing some sort of shutdowns, as far as I can read, it is not as far-reaching a shutdown as we see in Europe right now. I'm sitting in Denmark where everything is pretty much shut down except some stores where we can buy the pharmacy goods or the food. Everything else is shut down pretty much, and schools are closed and everything. I don't see that, not on a federal basis anyway in the United States. But this, in the job numbers, we can see that it starts to have an effect. And if this continues, if we next month get an even lower number, maybe minus 200, 300,000, then we are really in the wrong direction. And I think at some point when all of this vaccine and the election in Georgia and so on is getting a bit away from the focus in the media, then I think this will start to set the agenda for the financial markets. But let's see. Biden is getting into the presidency. I don't know how much he can do, really. He is taking over a really bad economy, and I'm not just saying this because it's from Trump. It has been going on for decades, but it has definitely not improved over the last couple of years. So let's see what happens. This, of course, can also affect both the dollar and the gold price, the silver price, and I suspect that a further move downwards here will eventually get some more stimulus on the agenda for the politicians. And the more stimulus, the more money printing, the more the dollar will be pushed down, and the more we'll see the metals be moving upwards. So I think that our investment portfolio here in the mining and commodities will do almost as well in 2021 as it did in 2020. So that's all for now. It'll be a bit of a while before you get a Mining Monday video again, but it will be back, I promise you. Take care of yourself and your money out there, and remember to subscribe and like the video. Bye for now.